Hello everybody and welcome back to me and Dion's little podcast of random talking called Black and White. I'm Johnny and I'm the white.
I'm Dion on the black.
And hopefully you can actually hear Dion a lot better now that I'm using XSplit. So,
Lord knows everyone else enjoyed my voice before.
Well, you do kind of sound like Nail. So, first thing that you guys are going to realize is that I have Binding of Isaac up. Why? Because I don't have my overlay on this computer. So, I'm going to play some Binding of Isaac in the background, and me and Dion are just going to talk about some random shit. So, okay, I'm going to fire up my first run here, and, okay, I randomed Isaac, that's pretty cool, and Dion... It is now time for me to reveal the topic of conversation to you. I have been teasing Dion...
Lord knows I wasn't going to learn this eventually.
I've been teasing Dion with this all day, and all I said is it's something that's going to piss him right the fuck off.
Of course it is.
So, that was stupid damage, but that's a golden key, and I like that.
Oh my god! The love of bell-bottom jeans! Just tell me already!
Okay. So, there is a reality TV show about cosplayers. That is going to be coming to the SyFy channel.
Of course it is.
And now you would think that would be enough, right? You're like, oh god, it's a reality TV show and it's on the SyFy channel and it's going to be horrible. It gets worse.
Oh my god, it's the SyFy channel. It can't possibly get any worse.
It's being made by the producers of the Jersey Shore.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me begin my rant.
I am prepared.
Okay. Knowing that I live in the year 2013, and knowing that humanity is basically essentially turned into mundane and annoying creatures, you must all realize that I despise humanity. No, and this is not the same sense of humanity that I'm going to grab an AR-15 assault rifle and kill everybody within a 9-mile radius. No, I use my hatred for a different reason. Let me talk about reality television these days. Reality television is a waste of time. Now, seeing as how I am a nerd in myself, and I spend about 89% of the time on my computer, I never really get to watch reality television. But when I do take a glimpse of it once in a while, all I ever see is a waste of time. Just a waste of time. I've never gotten the appeal to reality television. Some cases I find there are very good reality shows, like Big Brother, or King of the Nerds.
King of the Nerds is really
And then there are shows that, quite frankly, baffle me. Can you name one of these shows, Johnny?
I could go out on a limb and name the one that I just said, but I think I'm going to do another one of these and say Honey Boo Boo. Technically counts as a reality TV show.
Yeah. This is something that's bothered me for a long time. It seems as though MTV, TLC, another nameless channel that I don't give a rat's ass about, seem to have this weird idea that everyone wants to know about everyone else's goddamn life. Why do I care about these people? I don't. And I don't know why everyone else cares about these people either. Who the fuck is Honey Boo Boo? Why do I care about this person?
Well, I'll shed some light on that one. She is a mutant that was very, very popular for some reason in this child pageant show called Toddlers and Tiaras.
But why? I know TLC is supposed to be the most, supposed to be a channel for, what the hell is TLC for? Now that I think about it. I never understood TLC. Someone please tell me. Is it supposed to be a relaxing channel for, like, everyday comforts? Is that what that's for?
Yeah, no one has any comfort in this. You can't find comfort in fucking reality
Because
TV.
I remember watching TLC back in the day. I used to relax to that when I was in, like, Angry Tyrants. But nowadays, it just seems that TLC loves to jump on the bandwagon for every fucking thing. They were going to make... I don't know what everyone remembers, but a long time ago, I think about 4 years ago, a family had a kid go flying, and it was a hoax, might I remind you, in an aluminum weather balloon that was shaped like a UFO for some unholy reason. And the TLC decided, you know what we need to do? We need to make a potential family show about this. Then they made a woman who gave birth to 8 children, or 6. I don't know. I don't really care.
Octomom, so that'd be 8.
And then they made a reality show about debutante little girls who go to kid beauty pageants, which is still going strong. I don't know who watches that. I think pedophiles, but I don't want to be that guy.
Speaking as a lolicon, I hate that show. I tried. By the way, I've actually sat down and watched an entire episode of Jersey Shore. I was actually able to get through it. It's not...
Listen. Wait, Johnny?
What?
I will give you a chance. Can I please continue my rant?
Yes, Dion.
Thank you. You see, with TLC, there's a reason that you don't have to, because it's such a family-oriented show channel. I'm okay with them having reality shows, in a sense, that are necessarily incredibly lame, even though I don't know why they decided to make a reality show around Sarah Palin, but I guess that was a given. But TLC can get away with that because it's just a channel for family talk, essentially. So let's talk about MTV. Let's talk about all the reasons why we need to hate MTV so much. Because I remember, what does MTV mean again? What did it used to do a lot?
Music videos?
Music, yes. Yes, I'm sure back in the mid-90s or late 80s or somewhere along those lines, there used to be something called the Music Video Channel. M-fucking-TV! So why is it nowadays that they keep showing this pretentious bullshit like we honestly care about an entire TV show dedicated to a girl and her pregnant child? Listen to me. I don't care what this 16-year-old whore did to get that child. Now, quite frankly, if she got, raped and forced into getting that child, and I hate bringing that up, then I sound like an asshole.
Well,
but this is not something you need to show teenagers. MTV has turned into the most pretentious thing on television. Well, and the inclusion of Jersey Shore only makes it worse.
Well, okay, here's the thing about the 16 and Pregnant show. Have you ever had those people, like back when you were in high school, did you ever have those people that came in and droned on and on about the dangers of unprotected sex?
Yeah, essentially.
Did you ever listen to them?
I didn't have to.
No, you didn't. Because you were smarter than that. And the people who aren't smarter than that weren't listening because they're stupid.
I don't understand what's so appealing about watching that, though. I've never found that appealing.
There's nothing. It's basically... People have fooled themselves into believing we need shows like this. That they're instilling good morals. They're boring the ever-loving fuck out of me.
No, if you're going to teach someone a lesson, I wouldn't recommend that. I wouldn't recommend it at all.
No, because again, it's the forced morals with all the subtlety of Captain fucking Planet.
True. They treat it like it's such a freaking joke. You're not gonna teach anyone doing that. Everything's a freaking joke to them. It pisses me off.
I'd listen to fucking Dr. Phil before I ever took advice from a reality TV show. Dr. Phil.
At least Dr. Phil actually is a doctor.
Fuck. I mean, okay, he's bad at it. But God, at least the guy's funny. Hey, I got the relic. Relic's cool.
But when it comes to Jersey Shore, that's where I really lost my deep end. What the show is essentially is just a bunch of assholes in a house sitting around being assholes. And to me, that should be funny. But I'd never laughed at Jersey Shore before. I sat through 5 episodes, and I didn't watch them consecutively. I watched them separately. But I have never laughed. I never looked at it and said, this is a serious situation. I need to watch the next episode. Never!
Because, okay, let me compare this to you. Let me give you the best comparison I can. Okay? And calm your tits down before you think I'm saying that the shows are alike, because they're not. I'm going to contrast these two shows. Jersey Shore and The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Okay? And I know what you're thinking.
Elaborate.
Where in
this is curious.
Where in the 3 tits of fucking Vishnu am I going with this? Well, listen to me. Everyone, and I mean everyone, in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was an asshole. Either you were a stuck-up rich person, or you were built with a silver spoon in your mouth so much that anything else is just, tripe to you. Or you're a whiner. Or, you're so 90s hip that it's fucking disgusting. Everyone at the start of that show was a complete and utter asshole. So why was the show so good? Because each and every character had redeemable qualities. They were human beings that I could see myself hanging out with.
But the problem with it, because I see where you're going with this, but the difference between Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Jersey Shore... I'm
illustrating the difference between those two. That's the entire point of what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it's a scripted show. But the problem I have with reality television is because I don't hate unscripted things when they're done correctly. Shows like King of the Nerds and Big Brother, they're funny because at least with Big Brother, the people I'm watching are amusing. Sure, they could be assholes to one another, but at least they're freaking human to one another.
Here's the thing about reality television when it is scripted. When they call it quote-unquote reality television. They do cut a lot of shit out. Like, if you've ever seen behind-the-scenes interviews, or if you've ever... Like, I've actually had the privilege to, have conversations on Facebook with some of the people from King of the Nerds. And, they'll go ahead and they'll tell you that a lot of the stuff, they don't put everything that is said on the show. They put what'll sell.
And in the end, it sounds stupid to do that. It's not worth watching something that's half-heartedly done. And that's what it feels like when I watch reality television. It's just half of something that should be amusing.
But that's the thing. Here's the thing. When it comes to King of the Nerds, they show you the most entertaining parts. They show you when someone's being an asshole. They show you when someone's being really nice and comforting. They show you when someone's being sad. Okay, fine, it's a little glorified sometimes, But at the end of the day, you know, these guys are human. You've got to have your villain. That's one of the biggest things that the people from King of the Nerds say. You know, everyone is friends on that show, but for TV, you got to have your villain, so that's fine. There are no redeemable qualities. Like, if they are doing the reality TV thing where they're cutting stuff out of Jersey Shore, and this is supposed to be the good stuff. This is the entertaining stuff.
But I don't get it. It's not entertaining. With the King of the Nerds, like you said, you have your villain, but at the same time, though, you have those good quality parts that work too. I have never, in the 5 episodes I watched of Jersey Shore, and I know that's a horrible amount of episodes to watch to make a judgment on.
I watched 1 episode. I'll make every fucking judgment I want.
I know it's a horrible judgment to base it on, but I didn't find it amusing. I never saw a moment where, okay, I found someone comforting. That's not what I found. It's just... How many people are on that show, reality show again? I forget the number.
I don't give a fuck. I think there's like 8 or 9.
It's just a group of 5 or 7 jack-offs going into a house, screaming at one another and complaining to one another for hours on end. It's the equivalent of throwing a freaking NRA and a freaking whoever hates guns into a room and praying to God no one beats the shit out of one another.
But that's the thing, most of the time on the show, they do beat the fucking shit out of each other. You think the thing between Chris Brown and Rihanna was bad? The episode I watched involved a bar fight, the guy backhanding the chick that was his fucking girlfriend, and her going back to him.
And by the way, who's the idiot? Why did they agree to this? Why did these people agree to go into a house, live together for an entire TV season, and just let themselves be idiots in front of national television?
Okay.
Who the f*** is Snooki? Why do I care about this person?
Two reasons. 2 very blatant reasons why they did that. 1, money. If you haven't gotten it, they from the Jersey Show, they love their money. And so, you know, there's a bunch of TV executives that are saying, be an idiot on TV and I'll give you thousands of dollars. Fuck, I'd do it. And second, they're not saying be an idiot. They're saying be yourselves. They just happen to be fucking idiots.
Another reason why I don't like that fact is I've never seen a show. I always try to say there's no such thing as a natural idiot. An idiot, well, other than like someone with a mental retard, with a condition for their mind. That's a special exhibit. What I'm talking about is someone who's just stupid. I try to keep telling myself, okay, there's maybe some hope, they know something, or they're good at talent. But with Jersey Shore, I've never met a group of people, and I swear to you, some of them probably are pretty intelligent and are acting stupid on purpose. Because I refuse to believe these people are being naturally stupid.
You can refuse to believe that all you want. I get a sense of genuineness, genuinosity, genuination-ish shit.
Just genuinely?
I get a sense that these guys are fucking genuine. That this stupidity comes from the fucking soul.
The show itself, and I hate saying it, its audience, I know people who like the show. The reason why they watch the show is because they find amusement in watching morons. And don't get me wrong, there are shows like that I've watched and enjoy, though that probably was a long time ago and I don't remember the show's title. But I understand why people like the show.
I like watching stupid people too. I mean, for God's sakes, I hang out with you and Sean.
Thank you for that. Subtlety at its finest, ladies and gentlemen.
I know, right? Get mad, Mr. Dion. You can act like a dipshit sometimes.
I'm an asshole. Leave me alone.
Yeah. But that aside, like, there are no redeeming. These aren't people. People have good and bad about them.
And that's what I'm talking about when I say that they're not. This is not a reality show. This is a bunch of
I
people.
hate these dirty butt lickers.
These are a bunch of people in a house being assholes to one another. And I just don't find the enjoyment in that. There should be entertainment in that. I should be entertained by seeing idiots in a house.
Well, okay, because they're not idiots; they're assholes.
I should be
if they were idiots in a house, right? Idiots in a house, reality TV series, drawn together.
True.
If I was basically watching a live-action version of Drawn Together, my God, I'd have to change my underwear fucking weekly with how much I'd be pissing myself laughing.
With Drawn Together, it's legally a scripted show, but at the same time, it was good.
Oh well, of course it was a scripted show. It's animated.
It played itself off like a reality show very damn well,
right?
Which was good. It had the humor. And at the same time, though, these characters, and no less, some of the characters in that show were assholes, but at the same time, though, you could offshoot that with their idiotic kindness at the same time, because they had those moments where they were human.
Yeah,
and that's the good thing about that.
When Drawn Together characters have more fucking character development than your bullshit, you know you're doing something wrong.
But at the same time, though, I hate saying this, the viewing audience for Jersey Shore, I realize, doesn't want that. They are amused at watching assholes. Because let's face it, I hate saying that, I don't know why, but some people like to emulate these people. It's freaking disgusting to think that these people are going to be role models to some people. I never understood that.
Honestly, I think it's a way of natural fucking selection. Like, I find someone who likes Jersey Shore and they're like, oh, because I find myself, I'm just like Snooki. I'm like, I want to stay the fuck away from your ass.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you one. Okay, cool, you want to know one good thing about Snooki?
The only reason why people watch Snooki is because of two reasons.
Hey, hold on, Fudge Plumber. Do you want to know something good about Snooki?
Shoot, I'll hear it.
She can wrestle. Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah. She can wrestle. She was part of a WrestleMania Divas match.
Damn.
I only wish I was joking. And she did like a handspring elbow in the corner that was like divas nowadays can't fucking pull off.
Why? Okay, now this even more annoys me. If you can wrestle, why the... Okay. I'm going to calm myself down. Because now I just realized how stupid she is. I should have just changed the topic to Snooki, because I've always had a problem with this character, because by far, she and whatever his name is with the retarded-ass hair was probably the worst. That one guy, with the greasy hair.
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah,
that hair that I honestly understand why Spoonie has a problem with people with ridiculous hair. With a lot of gel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy. Those two characters were probably the most annoying and stupid of the show.
What did they call him, like, A-Ride or some shit like that?
Be on this show. Okay, I'm done my rant about Jersey Shore. I can't talk about this show anymore. Okay. I just can't.
So, there's going to be a cosplay 6-episode documentary reality TV competition series about cosplay.
Okay, wait. So it's a documentary and a reality show and a competition all in one?
Yes.
This might... Okay, now, normally I've watched some stuff off of the SyFy channel, which our offshoot in Canada would be Space, and I would assume that the show is similar to another show. I believe it's essentially they make no, is it they make movie props and costumes. What's that show
Oh, are you talking
called?
about Face Off?
Yes. Is it going to be similar to that? Because if it is, it won't be that bad.
Oh no, if it's like Face Off, then it'll be fine. But again, we have to come back to the fact that it's being made by the same people who produced the fucking Jersey Shore.
Then this might be another show where 7 or 5, 6 jack-offs get in a house full of costumes and just put shit on for 6 episodes.
Like, you know what I would like to see? Okay, and if Jersey Shore people want to do this, then that's fine. Grab, like, 6, 7, or 45 cosplayers, I don't give a fuck. Right? And give them a different costume. Like, every day. And they have to emulate that character.
That would be very interesting.
I would not only watch that show, I would fucking, like, I would worship that show.
I would love to see with that is someone tried to emulate a Tsundere character. Ooh, I wonder if they can get someone to do a Yuno cosplay.
Yeah, like, get like a Yuna Gasai, a fucking, like, Isaka Taiga. Get like a fucking Asuka Langley Soryu up in there.
Yes.
Lucy from Elfen Lied.
No.
Oh, come on. You know.
No nightmare fuel.
You know that by the end of the night.
None of that.
You know that by the end of the night, the Yuno and the Lucy would be fucking on the sofa.
Or murdering somebody. Everyone comes first.
Bathed in the blood of their enemies. It's gonna be amazing.
You have a pretty nice imagination there, Johnny.
I just want them to fuck.
Must be so nice having such a perverted mind sometimes.
It's amazing. You have no idea the powers of my mind.
You have no idea the powers of my mind.
Wait, you do!
Wait, you do know the powers of my mind.
Oh yeah, the Uncle Dion shit.
And then you realized I thought of something 10 times worse than you did. But I'm not going to say it. Because that's for my own amusement.
I wasn't talking about worse. I just want them to fuck.
I don't think the SyFy channel is likely to do that. So that
possibly cosplay porno.
Then again, I'm really hoping to see some Skippy outfits. So yeah, this conversation quickly turned into half a softcore porno before we even realized it.
Honestly, man, I'm okay with that. You want to turn it into a softcore porn, that's fine. But don't make a fucking reality TV show series about cosplayers.
Well, they're gonna do it. They're apparently gonna go through with it. So yeah, that's the thing. So anyways, so the show itself, the concept is there. I'm sort of okay with the concept. It's just I worry about the people who are producing, directing, and running the show, and B, the fact that it's on the SyFy channel even worries me more because 2 plus 2 is probably going to equal shit.
Well, yeah, because... Oh, fuck. I'm in a fucking mask room. Son of a whore.
1 plus 1 equals shit. Fuck! My math is off again. There's no 4s. There's no 4 groups. There's 2 people. Dion, work on your math!
No, but seriously, like, it's like finding out that, like, your favorite video game series is getting an adaptation. Dion, what's your favorite video game series?
You know, nutshell would technically be Pokemon.
Okay, that's like hearing that Pokemon is getting a live action. It's getting these amazing CG effects. by, like, the guy who did Avatar. What the fuck is his name?
That's okay.
But, like, everything's gonna be amazing. It's being written by someone who's, like, really in touch with Japanese anime. They're even talking to the creators of Pokemon to get their insight. And then you find out it's being directed by Uwe Boll.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah. I'm going that far.
You just be my nightmare fuel for the night. Thank you.
This is Uwe Boll levels of pissing me the fuck off.
I'm not falling asleep tonight. I thank you for that nightmare fuel.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'm gonna have to watch a lot of internet in order to get that out of my mind.
I hope that stings your rectal cavities.
A lot of internet.
Fucking just.
I want to go on a tangent about the SyFy channel. For those of you who don't realize what the SyFy channel means, we mean the SyFy channel. But until they change it from FY, we will refer to it as it is supposed to be pronounced.
Yeah, the syphilis channel.
Ew.
By the way, I just dropped a giant fucking foot on Super Greed. I just wanted you to know this.
I cannot see what you're doing.
I am aware.
You fool.
Reroll. My best friend. Don't give a fuck.
You are going to die painfully, and I'm going to enjoy every moment of that.
I'm actually doing pretty good.
Death will only come to you slow and painfully.
Probably.
And it will be by the hands of someone you care the most about.
I don't care about anybody in this game.
You will die. Oh, we were talking about the game? Whoops.
Thanks for that, Dion. Subtle as a brick to the fucking testicles you are.
Everyone will die by my hands.
So anyway, the SyFy channel.
Yeah, right, yes. I'll focus there for a second. Yes. Well, you know what? I don't even have to say anything. Everyone knows how much I hate this channel. After watching Sharknado, I don't even have to start.
Well, you do for those people who have no idea what you're talking about.
Sharknado.
Do you want to give a brief review of Sharknado here on Black and White?
I would love to. Let me just pull up the old file here. Ladies and gentlemen, the hype for this movie was amazing. I don't even know why I'm saying ladies and gentlemen for. I know no one's actually going to pay attention to this shit. But the hype for Sharknado was the most I had ever seen for any movie to come from the SyFy channel. And I say this because it was ridiculous. The internet was in love with this movie before it came out. People were declaring it the stupidest thing that ever hit the internet, ever. I mean, I remind everybody there were worse movies, like The Room, Battlefield Earth, and God, every Adam Sandler movie before he got stupid.
I thought you were going to mention Birdemic.
Oh, no, that's in his own special category with The Room. But Sharknado deserves to be in that. Y'all know, anything from that channel sucks.
You cut out a little bit there.
Sorry, but as we know, everything from that channel sucks. The movie was developed by the same people who made, I believe, Mansquito, and if you thought movies like Knights of Bloodsteel was stupid, those of you who didn't realize, I just made a Spoonie reference, the movie was horrible. I mean,
what do you expect out of Asylum?
It was horrible. Because we were promised sharks and a tornado in one.
Yeah?
Hence the name Sharknado. I had to wait more than 60 minutes for that to finally happen. And believe to my delight, we got 3 of them. And only one of them had a sharks in it. I don't even know where to begin how stupid this is. First of all, why is it that... Let me explain something to you. The movie begins with our main lead character, who is, ironically, divorced from his wife, and working at a bar on a pier in God knows where, California.
You can tell, though, it's California because weather.
And of course, it's a nice sunny day off the coast of California because the weather there never seems to be horrible ever. Lucky bastard.
Well, no, it's either really good or really fucking bad.
They usually have better weather days than us here in Canada, where the weather is like retarded.
Yeah, there is a lot of retard.
But so the movie is the first major thing that starts with this movie is...
Oh baby. Sorry, I just became Guppy, Destroyer of Worlds.
There's a hurricane moving across the Pacific from Mexico towards California.
Wait, hold on a second, hold on. A hurricane?
Yes.
Not a tornado?
Yeah. A hurricane is the first thing we get out of this movie. Not a tornado, a hurricane. From the west coast of Mexico, decides to make its merry way up the Pacific Ocean towards California. And, for some reason that's never explained, has no plausible reason to happen, and quite frankly, I don't know what would cause, a horde of sharks decides to follow along with the hurricane. And I don't even need to know where to begin to say how stupid this is. Because, dude, it's not like we know that there are species of sharks that hunt that are in huge droves that hunt for food. Kind of like a family of sharks, if you will.
Kind of like a shark posse.
Yes. But what got me really annoyed was that this shark posse was just with the hurricane. It wasn't as if they coincidentally came together. They were with the hurricane. Why? Why would they be in the hurricane?
Sharks love hurricanes, little known fact.
No! Listen to me on this one. Animals have this weird ability to predict disasters. And I don't know if it's a true thing, but usually animals have a sixth sense for this nonsense. As far as I'm concerned, sharks should not be in such a large pod following a hurricane.
But these are hurricane sharks. They thrive on this shit.
It makes no sense. Anyways.
You're looking for logic in an asylum movie. You're fucked upon entry.
Quiet you! I'm ranting! Anyways. The movie, sorry, I apologize. This movie pisses me off. Okay. So, the hurricane hits the coast. The male lead, and I never really remember their names because, quite frankly, why would you bother remember any of their names?
Generic McTwister ripoff.
Huh?
I said generic McTwister ripoff.
Yeah, because essentially he's the divorced father, so yeah, you might as well call him generic asshole. It's
a direct ripoff of Twister.
Yeah.
Tell me I'm wrong.
No, not really. I'll continue with the plot later, but...
Okay, no, hold on. You can slap this one on the box art, by the way. It's like Twister with sharks.
I wish I could give you the Sharknado meme thing I made with the whole 60-minute bullshit.
I actually want to go ahead on your rant. I'm going to IMDb Sharknado and see what kind of things I can find out.
Oh, sweet Jesus, don't do it.
Wait, what the fuck? I know that name. I know that name. Tara Reid. I know that name. The main...
Oh yeah, some rather famous actors in this movie. Well, one. Well, I believe it was the female lead for the...
Vicky from American Pie.
Wife, I believe.
Aline Cedric in Alone in the Dark, the main chick of Alone in the Dark. Oh, God. Sorry, go ahead.
So in a sense, the hurricane hits his bar. By the way, the movie plays itself off so... The effects... And anytime anyone's watched an Asylum movie knows their effects are atrocious.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever a disaster movie comes out, like 2012 or Twister or Day After Tomorrow, I like to keep a little game going. It's called Count How Many Times They Use Stock Footage. In 2012, the counter was pretty decent, and Twister was meh, and in Day After Tomorrow was, oh god, it was high. In this movie, I've never seen stock footage so high in my life, mixed in with some of the worst effects I've ever seen in my life. And quite frankly, when the hurricane did get there, with its horde of sharks in its underbelly, throwing, and I need like to remind everybody that the hurricane was throwing sharks at the bar. Don't know why. They just, I guess they were carried along with the waves. I guess. Though I don't know why sharks would just fly in through a window from a wave. I'm sorry, I sound ridiculous right now. Of course they can fly with the splash.
Exactly. It's like you don't know sharks.
They apparently have the ability to surf waves into windows.
This fucking guy, right, viewers? This fucking guy.
And immediately starts splashing towards people to eat their faces off. No. The first thing they see, they immediately have to wiggle towards and devour without any hesitation.
Oh, fucking
These sharks are the offspring of Jaws.
Yeah.
And don't worry, you'll understand why I said that later, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh no, I'll tell you exactly why you said it, because I'm finding out things about this movie that just shock and amaze me.
I know, you didn't watch the movie, I did.
Okay, Dion, because you watched the movie, right, and you're the all-knowing Sharknado master.
No, I'm not.
How much of a budget do you think this had?
Huh?
How much of a budget do you think this movie had?
I believe it had a budget of around 12 or 15 million.
1 million. $1 million.
That explains so much, and yet again explains so little. That explains the sock footage.
Yeah.
I can tell you that much.
I'm honest to God surprised they had $1 million. Like, are they being funded by Dr. Evil?
Not even Dr. Evil would waste his money on this nonsense.
The budget will be $1 million.
Da 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 da.
You laugh, but you can
you know
see
what it should. No, hold on a second. You just gave me a brilliant idea for what they're going to do with Sharknado 2. Yeah, they're making a Sharknado 2.
I've heard.
Why don't we put lasers on the sharks?
Why don't those sharks have freaking laser beams?
It's a tornado with the sharks with lasers.
And honest to God, you can just call the movie Sharks with freaking laser beams.
It would be the most destructive thing ever created if they make it You know what? As a villain, I would do it. I would put sharks in a pond somewhere, make a tornado, put lasers on them, and sick them on the city.
And that's the backstory, is this guy's a really die-hard Dr. Evil fan. And he's like, sharks with freaking laser beams sounds cool. I'm gonna do it. And then he did.
The thing is with this movie was, aside from the stock footage, during the whole scene with the hurricane and the bar and the flying wave sharks, the people were doing more damage to the bar than the storm during the actual filmed scenes, not the stock footage. I mean, like, people were panicking.
And by the way,
remember when I said, like, the filming was bad? I'm pretty sure I said that.
I think you said something about bad filming.
The filming is atrocious. I mean, the editing itself is horrible. Why is it that there's a hurricane and it's broad daylight outside? It's gray. I've been in a hurricane. It's not supposed to be a light gray with a little sunshine. There's supposed to be howling winds, sideways rain. There should be no sunshine unless you're in the eye of the damn thing.
That and the fact that the skies are supposed to be black. Like, jet black.
No, when a hurricane, it doesn't have to necessarily be jet black, though. Assuming a hurricane that's flinging sharks around, you'd think it would be jet black.
I'm sorry, I'm thinking of a fucking tornado.
True.
Because, the name of the fucking movie isn't Sharkacane. It's fucking Nado.
The Sharknado doesn't come up until about the 62-minute mark.
I'm gonna go ahead and re-roll all of these.
62 minutes, and I believe it was an hour and 15 minute, an hour and a half long movie. I had to wait 62 minutes.
86 minutes, so an hour and 26.
And I had to wait an hour and 2 minutes for a Sharknado in an... Fucking brilliant. I guess they were really saving the shitty tornado effects for the last possible minute.
Yeah, that's what they were proud of.
Let me skip all the character development, because, yeah, there is character development, though shallow and stupid it is. They killed my favorite character, too. It was essentially a guy in the bar who essentially was beating up sharks with a bar stool off his drunk ass. By far my favorite character, because he's probably the only likable one.
He was beating up sharks with a bar stool.
That was his primary weapon until a flying shark killed him.
So what you're saying is this man is fucking Chuck Norris.
Well, he was essentially until a shark ate him. By the way, remember when I said okay, let me explain something. After the 62-minute mark, this is when the movie really gets retarded. It was stupid. It was building to what was a mound. The crowning achievement of stupid. Do you remember Highlander the Source? Do you remember how Spoonie essentially said there was always some kind of mound to stupidity that kept climbing higher and higher?
Yeah.
Well, this movie started up pretty subtle with the stupidity as I was watching, and then the 62-minute mark hit, and it just went so high. It was, for me, I had a moment of jump the shark when I heard what they were doing after the 62-minute mark.
You had a moment of jump the shark in Sharknado.
Yes, I'm actually making that stupid reference. I'm actually making the pun and the reference. There was a jump the shark moment in a tornado in a movie about shark tornadoes. I say tornadoes because there were 3. Because, let me explain to you what they planned to do. You see, our heroes decided to climb into a helicopter into 2 helicopters they happened to find in Los Angeles airport, and decided to make makeshift bombs and throw them at the tornadoes.
Alright. I'm liking the plan so far.
Need I remind everybody that these are tornadoes that are powerful enough to destroy entire buildings, swing trucks, and are full of motherfucking sharks that apparently know how to hunt from the skies. Because these motherfuckers somehow, I don't know how, instinctively know to always have their mouths open while flying in the air.
Can you imagine the kind of debris that they catch?
Dude, sharks were flying into billboards.
So what you're saying are that these are the manliest sharks in the world.
These were the offspring of Jaws. They just naturally know how to hunt humans. Because every single time one of them would fly towards a person, they would always be locked onto that person with their jaws wide open, ready to munch on that person in cold blood.
Harakiri.
It's like the sharks knew what was happening around them. They knew they were flying through the air at Mach 7.
No, they knew they were in a shitty asylum flick.
And they were ready to just devour everything.
Of course, they got the script.
It's like Birdemic. The birds automatically knew they could dive bomb into the ground and create shitty CGI burning effects.
Those CGI burning effects.
When did the birds know that they could dive bomb and detonate themselves? How do sharks know that they can fly through the air and eat people doing it?
Oh, but Dion, don't you see the comments now? Sharknado's not a movie that's supposed to be taken seriously.
Well, fucking shit. I know they knew it wasn't supposed to be taken seriously, but god damn it. When you make a movie about Sharknado, you promised me a tornado full of sharks. I should not have to wait 62 minutes for this bullshit.
But that was the selling point, Dion. That they needed to wait for the end of the movie. They needed to build up the Sharknado.
But again, the build-up to the tornadoes are horrible. How does the movie transition from hurricane to tornadoes? Because the whole hurricane scenario just disappears, and then there are tornadoes. That's not how weather works. That's not how weather works at all. Tornadoes can't appear in Los Angeles. It's impossible. It's impossible. Geographically, it is impossible. You cannot have tornadoes in Los Angeles. There's never been a recorded tornado in Los Angeles. Not that I think about anyways. I probably should have looked that up. But I don't think there's ever been a tornado in Los Angeles. I may be wrong. Fucking sure it's impossible. The fact that there are 3 tornadoes with sharks in them, I remind you, in the middle of Los Angeles, causing shitty 3D effects, which quite frankly look horrible. Did I remind everyone it looks horrible? I'm pretty sure. I'm losing my mind.
I said something about it.
Anyways, they blow up 2 of the tornadoes. And somehow, I still don't know how, it works. They somehow blew up a tornado.
Yeah, they use science.
Science? I don't even know what the fucking things were made out of.
They were made out of science. Oh, sweet Jesus, I couldn't keep a straight face anymore.
You realize, of course, you deserve to die for that joke alone.
Yeah, of course I do. But here's the thing. Okay. Here's the thing about Sharknado. You knew this was going to be bad.
I knew it was going to be bad, but I didn't think it was going to be this bad. Here's the difference. When you walk into a movie and think it's going to be bad, you have an expectation of a different kind of bad. You don't think it's going to be I didn't think it was going to be the absolute worst thing I've seen in a long since Birdemic. I was going to a movie thinking it was going to be Waterworld bad, or let's say not Batman and Robin bad, but let's say what's a good example? Twister bad.
Sorry, repeat that?
Or 2012 bad. It wasn't the kind of bad that was on the level of The Room or Birdemic. I wasn't expecting that. For a movie to be as bad as Birdemic or The Room, you have to do a lot of things right. And Sharknado somehow did that. Usually when people make a movie like this, when they know it's going to be bad, it usually turns into something amusing for people. And I laughed during this movie, which is a miracle considering that I don't laugh in movies like Adam Sandler movies.
No one laughs in a fucking Adam Sandler movie.
Exactly. Sharknado made me laugh.
And by the way, before the fans, what am I fucking talking about? But before anybody who just happens to be watching this series is like, I like Adam Sandler, I liked a movie like Mr. Deeds and shit like that, I meant current Adam Sandler.
Oh no, Adam Sandler from the past was hilarious. And then all of a sudden now he's turned into the worst comedian ever.
Oh yeah.
But, in a nutshell, for me, this movie felt so bad. I laughed, but it was a kind of half-hearted laugh. You're laughing at its stupidity, but when you look at it in a whole, like The Room, like Birdemic, if you look at it from another side, it's the worst thing you've ever seen. You can laugh at it, but that doesn't change the fact of just how ridiculously stupid it is. The characters are bland. With the exception of maybe Barstool Guy and the main character, but he's just as generic as everyone else in this movie. The effects are just god-awful. For a budget of $1 million, I don't know what they were doing. Because obviously a vast majority of that money went to whatever the actors wished after this shit. The fact that you have to wait 62 minutes for the tornadoes to appear, and 62 minutes before that was nothing but these characters trying to build this false image of development, which was horrible. I mean, the character development in this movie is just lame.
Now, okay. Now, here's the thing. Here's some of the things that I'm finding out about this movie. Okay? So listen up. First of all, this review, it has a review that gives it 10 stars. Best movie 2013. I'm not even going to read... I'm not even going to read this review. It is that fucking horrible.
If anyone's calling this the best thing they've seen all year, they're lying to themselves. It's obviously a lie to themselves. I haven't seen Pacific Rim yet. That's a movie I want to see.
Oh yeah, me too.
I can already tell that movie's probably going to be one of the best movies of the year.
I'm not going to lie. I looked at Pacific Rim, I looked at the trailers and shit like that, and I thought this movie was going to suck hard. I really did.
But apparently, from everyone's told me, it's a very decent movie. Almost on the level of a sacred Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
Oh, yeah.
It's that kind of movie. And see the difference? That is on a level. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World and Pacific Rim are now in their own little worlds, where they now have a cult following.
But now, here's the thing. Here's another thing I wanted to show you. First off, they have some trivia. The opening sequence at sea looks like it takes place on one boat, but was actually two boats. Many crew members got seasick during principal photography, so This movie about sharks, this water movie about sharks. Yeah, they got a seasick cast.
Oh yeah, that first scene in the movie. I forgot about that stupid-ass scene in the movie. Oh my god. You reminded me. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I need to talk about that scene because, you know, you automatically assume, and I know you automatically assume, there are a lot of pointless scenes in this movie.
Okay.
The first scene with that ship you're talking about, which was about, I believe, a 15-minute sequence, was by far the biggest waste of time in the whole movie because it had no relevance to anything. So essentially what it is, it's a shark, it's a party of fishermen off the coast. And from what I remember, it's been about a month, so my memory might be hazy. They have this weird deal going down with this business guy on a shark fishing boat with his nice tacky suit and a suitcase full of money. And then the hurricane and shark show up and eat everybody. The end. That's the best summary I can give you of that whole 15-minute scene.
Wow.
Did it have any
right there.
Did it have any relevance to anything in the movie? No. Did it have any reflection on the characters afterwards? No.
They introduced the Sharknado, though.
Huh?
They introduced the Sharknado.
Another false statement. There was no tornado. They've introduced the shark cane.
The Sharkicane.
The Sharkicane. That's what they introduced. That's what the first half of the movie should have been called. The Sharkcane. That's what it should have been called. Then Sharknado.
Sharknado, but not until the end of the movie.
Not until after 62 minutes.
So, may I go on?
Yes. Sorry, I had to get that first 15 minutes out of the way. That was stupid.
Okay. The exterior of Finn's Bar is a restaurant on the end of the actual Santa Monica Pier, but the interior shots were filmed at a bar elsewhere.
Called what? You cut out there.
No, I didn't. The exterior of Finn's Bar is a restaurant at the end of the actual Santa Monica Pier, but the interiors were filmed at a restaurant somewhere else. They were filmed at a bar somewhere else.
Ah.
So basically, the inside of the bar is not actually the inside of the bar. It was the inside of a completely different bar.
So, in a nutshell, what I was seeing was a different version of stock footage?
Essentially, yes.
Oh, that doesn't anger me at all. More stock footage.
For the flooded interior house sequence, it was shot in a set that was put in a pool. Unfortunately, the water couldn't be heated, so it was freezing cold. The actors can be seen shivering in certain shots.
No, that I'm okay with, because, quite frankly, putting them in warm water and not making them shiver would be retarded. That's probably one of the few genuine things that would happen. They would shiver when water. That's fine.
They would shiver when water. Oh, Dion. Anyway, I will continue in a second. I'm getting right fucking shot at. Okay. The Humvee at the end of the film was rather unsafe to drive. It did not have a working speedometer nor a full dashboard. Also, the doors had trouble opening and closing. So basically, they told their actors to drive a vehicle that was completely unsafe.
This... I don't even know how to respond to that.
Well, I shall move on. Almost the entire movie was shot during bright sunny days.
Horrible idea! Horrible idea! And here's why. The reason why I get mad at this movie is about... and that's something about the effects and filming about this movie. Filming it on bright sunny days is dumb. And let me explain why it's dumb. Because the editors don't know what the fuck to do with the stuff they have now. You shine it on a bright California day, and guess what? For some unholy reason, they don't have this idea, they don't have the idea to darken the skies in their shitty cloud effects. So what you essentially get is a bunch of people running around in grayish skies with no clouds out, with 3 tornadoes in the background. The editing is retarded. You'll see it when you see this movie. You'll know what I'm talking about.
The other thing was actor Corey Monteith's final tweet was about this film days before he died from a drug overdose. Corey Monteith played Finn Hudson in Glee. And it was very sad to see that he had passed away.
Yes, his passing... Wait, was he in this movie?
No, he wasn't. He just... His final tweet was about Sharknado.
Once again, Sharknado did us all in one more great actor. I blame you, Sharknado. What did the tweet actually say?
I don't actually know. I'm on IMDb right now.
I actually want to know what the Sharknado quote was. I wonder if he said something retarded about it, and those will be his final words.
Well, his final tweet.
His final tweet is about Sharknado. I don't know whether to die of laughter or say that is the saddest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. No one's last tweet should be about Sharknado.
And with my last breath, Sharknado sucked.
With my last breath, I blame Sharknado.
I blame Zoidberg.
Okay.
Well, okay.
I think
we're not making fun of the man's death. As I said before, his death was a very, very sad thing to hear.
I didn't watch much of Glee, but even I can acknowledge that a good actor shouldn't have to die like that. That's all I have to say.
I did watch Glee, not all of it, but I did watch it. Really great show. I absolutely loved it, and I'm definitely gonna miss having Finn on the show.
No one deserves to die the way he did. I'm sure if he had help, he would have got it. And I truly hope he's having a wonderful time in whatever heaven place he's in right now. I am the master of subtlety.
Yeah, no, you're doing fucking amazing, dude.
I am doing an unbelievably fucking good job. Overall, this movie is on the level with The Room and Birdemic. And Birdemic 2 when I see that movie, because God knows I know that movie is just as bad as the first one.
So I'm guessing that what you're saying is that you liked the movie.
No, I genuinely hate this movie. I genuinely despise this thing's existence. This movie is one of my most hated things ever. And at the same time, though, I enjoyed it. I was laughing my ass off. This is a hilarious movie. I mean, it's just so freaking hilariously stupid. I hate this movie because the part of me that loves geography and stuff, like weather and all that nonsense, can't stand this movie. This movie's painful.
So basically, you hate the movie for the same reason I kind of like Fandango.
I guess.
Which, I mean, yeah, to you that means nothing, but Fandango is a wrestler in WWE, and he's like, he's the guy who's constantly going, no, you need to say my name correctly. You need to breathe in the A's. And I'm like, oh my god, you're taking your gimmick so seriously, it's amazing.
This movie plays itself off so fucking... It tries so hard. Some things try to play themselves so seriously. But something stupid happens, and you laugh about it. Regular people will laugh about... I hate saying regular people. Other people will laugh at this movie. They will laugh. I laughed at this movie. This is a very funny movie. But if you think about it too hard, you'll grow to hate this movie. In my case, because I'm in university studying with geography, this movie annoyed me. Because so many things are wrong. And they stab at my heart. Because I know half the shit that's going on can't really happen in real life. And never will happen in real life. If a Sharknado happens in real life, I can rest assured I can tell you, it ain't happening in California in the middle of Los Angeles.
But what you can say is that you will have your trusty bar stool ready.
Oh god, yes, I realize now that a bar stool is the most effective weapon against the shark. That and a chainsaw, which I remind you was a frying the coke moment if I ever saw one. Yeah, this movie actually produced a frying the coke moment. I would look up Sharknado and look up awesome scene and you'll see it.
Probably, I believe it.
I never thought this movie was going to give me a frying the coke moment, and it did. And I was astounded by it. It's stupid. It's over the top. It's downright impossible. But it happened. And I was astounded. I couldn't believe what I was looking at. But it happened. I saw a mirror.
So, because it sounded like you absolutely loved this movie, IMDb has recommendations for you.
Fuck.
So if you like this movie, people who like this also liked After Earth. I heard this
Also
movie tanked, by the way.
Why wouldn't it? What would the IMDb's rating for it?
4.8 out of 10.
Not so.
Which, by the way, is only 1 point rating ahead of Sharknado.
Thank you.
But, okay. Then you might like Sand Sharks.
There's a movie called Sand Sharks. What?
There is a movie called Sand Sharks. A shark who
what is that? What even is
sand
that?
Terrorizes a tropical paradise.
Anything else?
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. You could also watch Arachnoquake.
Stop. This conversation. This is done. We're not doing any more of these. That last one kind of killed me there.
But Dion, Arachnoquake.
Not listening. There's no such thing. Not a real movie.
I could send you the link.
Not listening.
Come on, you don't want to sit down and watch Arachnoquake?
It doesn't exist.
Ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube audience, I will make him watch the movie. And actually, you know what, Dion? I'll watch it with you.
No!
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I don't watch the movie with spiders and earthquakes. Whatever the fuck that means.
Do you want to hear the plot? You want to hear the plot?
I will kill you.
Do you want to hear the plot, Dion? I'm going to tell you the plot. Okay, here we go. An earthquake triggers a giant spider attack on the city of New Orleans.
Why are they putting these places... get with this! Why are they putting these disasters in places where these disasters can't happen? Arrgh!
Wait, why can't an earthquake happen in New Orleans?
There's no fault lines in New Orleans! An earthquake there is impossible!
This movie's gonna be amazing.
Arrgh! They couldn't have chosen any... Why didn't they pick Los Angeles? Why didn't they pick there? San Andreas... It's right...
So what you're saying is you're looking forward to it, right?
Murder! Kill! Destroy!
I'll get the popcorn.
I will end you if you bring that movie within any of my vicinity!
So,
Johnny, listen to me. I am not even kidding here.
Giant
I am
Spider
not
movie
about
night?
watching you like this. Listen to me. If you bring that movie near me, I will throw Homestuck at you. I am not afraid to do it.
Bitch, you don't even like Homestuck.
I know I don't like Homestuck, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to use it as a weapon. Next week on this accursed show, I'm going to talk about the reasons why Homestuck sucks ass.
Wait, you're actually gonna try and make this a weekly series?
I'm going to try. Wait, next week. When can I do this next week? Oh, second. No, Tuesday's not good. Thursday's an impossibility. I'm gonna try Wednesday, maybe. We will see. At some point in the future, I will rant about why Homestuck is stupid. But at the same time, I found one thing that I kind of like about it.
Nepeta?
Well, it's my patron troll. Oh God, it's happening again.
Actually, wait, isn't she mine too? No, I don't think so. Are our birthdays similar?
What?
Our birthdays. Are they similar?
Well, my birthday is the 8th of August.
Okay, so basically no. And I'm gonna roll with Guppy's Paw because fuck all life and giving me shitty ass spacebar items.
I'm all ranted out. I don't think I can do another one. Alright. This is Dion, and I'm the Black.
And this is Johnny, and I am a giant earthquake spider.
I don't want to watch the movie that's not going to make sense.
And we will see you guys next time. Just assume I won this run. I have Epic Hack, so I'm going to win. So, fuck you people.